Hello guys. So today we are trying to cover about three topics. Since we have a lot of content to cover, we need to cover maybe a little bit more in a single video. The videos are already like half an hour long, but still I will try to make these videos concise and will try to uh, make the best out of them. So let's start with functions today, and we will go to comments and we will see about control flow. So just open your new tab and type play.ros-lang.org. The site will be given in the description, so there is no need to copy it or just remember it. So let's see what we have here. Okay, let's create a function. So this is the entry point of our Rust program uh, main function. So let's create another function, maybe printer. Okay, so let's just print something here, new function. Okay, and let's call the function here. Okay, so this should run just fine. Yeah, so we have created a new function printer, and we have executed or called the function in our entry point, that is main function. And what do we have here? Okay, so we have parameters. So what could be that? Let's do something like let's edit the name, maybe adder, or let's just do printer. It is just fine for now. Maybe it is something like I32, that is integer 32. So it is signed. Let's print out the value of x. Let's provide a value. So this should be just fine. Okay, yeah, so we got the value 10. It is working fine. What do we have here? We have multiple inputs or multiple parameters, so we could do that with comma. That is not a big problem. I think you can just see for yourself. Okay, statements and expression. Okay, what is it saying? Functions definition are also statement. The entire preceding example is a statement in itself. Statement do not return values, therefore you cannot assign a let statement to another variable. As the following code tries to do, you will get an error. Okay, so this is not the right thing. Yeah, we got that. So what do we have here? Okay, let x equals to 3, x plus 1, print value of y. So let's try it. Okay, let's just delete this. and let's see what we'll get here. Let x equals to, let's create a block here. Okay, let y equals to 2, and let's add value to 2, y plus equals to 2. Okay, will this run? Let's print it out. Print line, and print x. I think this should work fine. Oh no. So what do we have here? Okay, no, I'm sorry. We are not just supposed to assign to y, the block should return some value. So this should be an expression, more like we were doing like I don't know what we were doing. I just forgot what I was doing. So let's do something like so I'm saying that y equals to plus equals to 4. That won't work. That will be an assignment, so it should be something like y plus 2. So this will be an expression, this will have an value, and in Rust, as when we don't have an semicolon at the end, that means return. So I think this should work. Yeah. So we have given value as y equals to 2, and we have y plus 2, that is 2 plus 2, and it returns 4. And we have printed assigned that value to x at first, and we have printed that, so we've got 4. So that is just fine. And we have a return type. So this is how we explicitly tell the program that what kind of data value or data type we are trying to return from the function. Since 5 is an unsigned integer, that it could also be u32, but I think that's just simple. Okay. Okay, plus 1. So let's try to do this. It isn't really complex, but still let's try to do that. Do we have a lot of things below? No, we do not really have a lot of things. So in the function section, let's do this example, the last. Okay, I will okay, that won't be a problem, but still let's just delete this. Okay, let's create a function over here, fn adder, or like let's type 1 adder. It will take an integer 32, sorry, a that would be integer 32, and it will return integer 32. Okay, so a plus 1. So we have already discussed that if you want to return something, we can just type the expression and do not we should not give a semicolon at the last. And if we do like to do the things in the traditional way, you can just write return and write the expression, maybe something like a plus 1. This should will work totally fine, but still let's go the Rust way. Let's write let x equals to maybe 1 adder. Okay, let's write 5. So this should return 6. Let's print that value out. Okay, x. So yeah, the value is 6. So we have completed the functions section. Let's go to the comment section. This shouldn't be a long one because the comment isn't really complex topic. So we only have something like 2 slashes, and that's all. So let's try it out. Maybe we can write this function returns number uh, uh, by increment of 1. I'm just writing whatever comes in my mind, but anyways, this is the example. Just you give 2 slashes and you write the comment that you like, and you can also write after the expression or after the line of the code, so that will work totally fine. That won't give you any error. So that's comment, and that isn't really that complex. Okay, let's go to control flow. So this is like conditionals. So we have if expression, and what do we have here? Okay, else if. So we'll cover everything step by step. Let's go the first thing we have here, if expression. So it is very like the normal programming way that you do in any other programming language. So it seems like we do not have any bracket in if statement, and we have since this is a curly braces type of programming language, not like indentations that are followed in Python. So you need to check out for that, because a lot of time when you are trying to code, you make mistakes there. So let's try the control flow topic with if expression. Okay, let x equals to 2, be it I32, and let's write if x is less than if x is less than 2, then we will print value lesser than 2. Okay, so since it isn't less than 2, it didn't print anything. So let's do 1. So yeah, the value is lesser than 2. We also could write else here, and let's do that here. Print line value greater than 2. is 2 greater than or equal to 2. So the value is greater than or equal to 2. It works just fine. Okay. Main if number equals to 3, if number, print number was 3. So in this situation we'll just read the talks here. Since we have just given a integer that is not a boolean value, so it won't work and will give an error. So that's simple. If number is not equals to 0, the number was something other than 0. So not is like the same in other language. It is represented by exclamation, and we have equals to, that is not equals to, this is not, and this is equals to 0. So the number is not 0, so it will print number was something other than 0. We have else if block. We haven't used that for now, so let's use that. Okay. Else if x is equals to 2, value equal to 2, right? Else value greater than 2. So yeah, we have first if statement. If the value of x is less than 2, then value is lesser than 2. If the value of x is 2, then it will print the value is equals to 2, and if the value is greater or else, then the condition would be something like x being any value greater than 2. Okay. So let's print that out. So yeah, value equal to 2. Let's do it 3, value greater than 2. Yeah. Using if in a let statement. Okay. If conditional 5, else 6. So it is like a ternary operator, and in this as we are discussing about ternary operator like statement here, or expression more like, we should also know that in Rust block also returns, function also returns, and if statements also returns in a normal case too. So if condition, that is we'll check if it is false or true. If it is true, then it will be 5, else it will be 6. Let's just copy and paste that. I think we already have a little bit of knowledge of if and else statement, and once we try a lot of these examples, I think we will get a hang of it. Okay, so what will be the value? So this should be 5. Yeah, so the value of the number is 5. Since condition is true, the value will be 5 if it was false, the value would be 6. So let's turn that to false. Now it should be 6. Yeah. Okay, so here what do we have? If condition 5 is 6, expected integer found string. It is because the two values, the 5 and 6, they are of different values. 5 is an integer. It can be anything like I32 or U32, something like that. And we have 6, that is string. And we have two different types of string, that is this slashing types and the capital letter S string. So this is an reference type value. So this only has the reference to the memory location where the data is stored, whereas the capital S starting the string that starts from capital S, that works in a stack, so that has to know when the value has to be interchanged, and there are a lot of things to discuss about that, but I think we will cover that in upcoming videos. So for now, just understand that we can create string by two different methods. So I'm just giving an example here. Let maybe str, that would be, or let's write name that could be a string, so that would be something like string from backend bin. You can do this, or you could do let second one. So the Rust tries to implement the snake case, or I don't know if that is exactly what they call, but the underscore is more referred than the camel case. So let's second one be something like reference, that we do not need to have a lot of counting and where things are being used, because it will be just in the heap. So let's try it, backend bin. So both of them are correct. So it is just fine for now to use any of that. Okay, I think we got a little off topic, but getting things clear is just fine. Okay, we have a function main loop. So we are entering the area or the region of loops here in Rust. So let's discuss about that. So if I remember correctly, then there are three types of loop that we can use in Rust. So there is a loop. Okay, so what is it in here? Okay, the loop keyword tells Rust to execute a block of code over and over again forever or until you explicitly tell it to stop. Okay, so it will run the loop like forever until you stop. So it has in the terminal, maybe in the example they have pressed Ctrl C and the loop stopped. Okay, returning values, returning values from loop. Okay, what do we have here? When count equals to 0, let result equals to loop. So we can do that directly by assigning the loop to a variable. So loop counter plus equals to 1, if counter equals to 10, then we break and we return counter into 2. Okay, so what should be the answer? The answer should be 20, right? Okay, let's try it for ourselves. The thing was, let x equals to 10. Let's try it. 1. Okay, let y equals to loop x plus 1 equals to x plus equals to 1, so that will add 1 to the value of x. And let's try it out conditional. If x is equals to 10, then we'll do something like break, and we will return a value that will be x multiplied by 2. So I think it will work fine. Okay, let's print the value. Y okay, sorry. So after writing lit, so that should be ended with a semicolon. What do we have here? X consider, oh, I'm sorry, this should be a mutable value. I've done a lot of mistakes here. Yeah, so 20 is the value we get. Since we are changing the value here, so we write mut, that is mutable. So I was writing just late, so that would be a value that won't change over time. So that is loop keyword. Okay, mutable 10 if break. So break would be how you would exit the loop keyword programmatically, or any loop in that case. So while so it is the while keyword for the loop. While number is not equals to 0, we just print out the thing and we subtract the value by 1. I mean, that's not hard, you know. This is just the normal way how we do things. So let me go through the code once again. So initially the number is 3, and that is mutable, so it could be changed over time. While number is not equals to 0, so until and unless the number is 0, the loop will just run. Print line number, so it will print the number, maybe 3, and the value will be decreased by 1, then the value would be 2, right? So it will iterate over again and again until the value of number is 0. So once the value would be 0, the loop will just stop and will print lift up. So that is the control flow for that program. You can look for yourself if you get confused over that. So yeah, looping through a collection with for index less than 5, that is just fine. We should see a for loop. Yeah, we have already tried a for loop in the previous video just for fun, but I think we'll try that once again in this video too, so let's do that again. So let me first go through the code. So let a equals to this array for element in a. So this for loop is just the same as what we do in uh, Python language. So let's do that here. Let's create a array equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, for a let's write for num in array print number we iterate through, that would be num. You could write this way or just give a comma and write the variable name, so both are just same. So yeah, the number we iterate through 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is how we do it, and I think we have covered all the topics here, the 3 topics, and that was function, comments, and control flow. I think I have described almost all the things that have been given in the docs, and I hope that I have been able to make you guys clear about how the control flow works, the comments, and the functions. So if there are any questions about this video, you can, or anything, you can just comment down below and I will try to give the answer to those questions. So if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and support me, and I'm trying to make a series of videos covering all the topics in Rust. So I would really appreciate it if you support the channel. So thank you for watching, and we will see each other again.